Hey everyone, Eddie here. We are back with Sephiria. Very excited for this video today because I'm doing something I have never done before. I'm actually revisiting my very first build from my very first run. That's right, when I first booted up Sephiria over a year ago today and tried out the early access for the first time and lasted about 5 minutes in that run. But we've come a long way. And even though the run was very short, it seems like I may have been onto something very early on. So I'm going to show off what I feel like my build could have been. Granted, there have been a ton of changes since then, including the chapters in the story. And while we wait for the next chapter, I thought this would be a really cool idea to revisit and see what my first potential run could have been. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at this build. My very first run. So I went Sword and Shield because that seemed like it was the base. And then, of course, the costume was the Pink Bunny then, which is the base costume. And I have to say, the +3 experience is probably going to be very good for us here. For the talents, of course, I had 0 talent skills at that point. So this is going to be pretty helpful. I decided to go into +20% attack speed, because I was choosing Wind Song at the time as well. And then +20 defense because I feel like, well, this was our first build. Probably would go a little bit more defensive heavy as well. For the Wishing Fountain, we are going the Warrior Seal, as this is going to be a physical build with a little twist of some elemental that you'll see here. And then, of course, the attack speed as well. When I went the run, I chose for the Fruit Skewer Sturdy, Windsong, and Ember because those are the 3 combo sets that I was starting to path with, which is pretty interesting because I had more Ember than anything else before I finally perished to the Mole Chief. And then, of course, favorite artifacts, just listing some good Ember. A lot of Sturdy because it looks like what I chose as far as the weapon choice was a special attack. So I'm going to see if I can go more into Sturdy and special attack. And, of course, Windsong because attack speed is going to be pretty crucial as we go into those later stages. So without further ado, let's dive in and see how my first run build would turn out. So, will my first run ever be a success in today's Sephiria meta? Or will it fail? And can I last more than just a few minutes? Let's find out. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the game, the gameplay, the build, and my lore. And of course, if you'd like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Love to see you join, especially if you're enjoying the content. And a big shout out to all my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you. All right, let's see. What do we get first off? Oh yeah, Curse wasn't even a thing back then. I'm almost sure. Guardian, like, Curse. I mean, we will have debuff into Burn, but I feel like a reroll here is actually better for us. Now, I did start... I don't really like losing move speed, so I'm almost tempted just to go Ember. And the flower is actually good because this will allow our weapon attacks to inflict fire as well. At least a percentage to do so. So that's actually not a bad choice. Yes. Oh, it's actually kind of funny to look back. I'm going to go ahead and go HP. Because I kind of think now, after hundreds of hours in the game, of course, looking back and thinking, what could I have possibly been thinking of this potential build here? I was going Ember into Sturdy, Windsong, choosing something that had absolutely nothing to do with any of those, but potential with the Windsong and Sturdy with special attack now can be quite good, especially because when I chose this weapon way back when, it had a different branch of weapon arcs, and now it's been updated to where I feel like it could actually be pretty good with this type of combo set. So I think the fire is the one that's still most out of place, but you can't go wrong with Burn. Okay, we could do a double foundation, which honestly isn't so bad, although future is always excellent. I feel like foundation is very hard to pass on, though. I probably won't keep it in this slot. Worst case scenario, too, which was not a thing way back then, is combining tablets as well. So may actually end up doing that, depending on what we find. What I love about actually reviewing and when I was coming up with this is just kind of watching my old videos, right? Oh, here we go, and a hidden pathway. And seeing what I did in those past videos, right? And not alone, just that first episode just brought back so much nostalgia, even though it was just a year ago. Not like it was 20 years ago, but it does bring back a lot of memories of first booting up this game and then, honestly, my journey with my channel as well, because this is where I became very well known from. Okay, Golden Needle of the North, which obviously was not a thing back then. Could be quite interesting here, too. Or we can get the Dragon Sense to get some fire going. Kind of thinking Golden Needle may be pretty good here. We can get Ember. Get our fire going here for 2. I don't mind that. I actually like that. And Golden Needle is something we can continuously swap around as well. Get some extra health here because, well, as much as I love Sword and Shield, and it is very defensive, you never know. Especially with my all-in playstyle. Okay, here we go. The Anvil. Yes. Okay. My little bunny here for the Enhancer of the Anvil. All right, and we are looking for Tiny Destruction. Special attack damage increased by 40%. So now this is going to be interesting because our special attack, as you can see, does take quite a bit of MP. And I was not going any MP at all. And currently for my setup, I had no MP cost. So I'm going to have to definitely look into how I'm going to get the MP cost without sacrificing so much into the combos that I want. I feel like Sturdy is definitely the first and foremost, and then we still want Windsong. So far, I'm liking the way this is turning out. A nice Cleave. We just gotta get something that's gonna increase our MP. Now, as we go further, there have been builds where I've done where the MP just gets overloaded. So I don't feel like we need too much to get us going here. I only have 3 more rerolls left, and these aren't the best. So I'm honestly thinking I may take something like Approximation and work with this. Yes. That way I could still build off of this. And then I get a little bit more for my Golden Needle of the North as well. I'm going to use my special attack currently just as a finisher if possible. And just still use my basic because, remember, I have a chance to cast some burn here with my potential setup. So, ooh, okay, enchant 2. And something that I never did way back when, but now I do all the time is wait to cast my enchant. Patience is big now in Sephiria. Let's go ahead and go down here really quick just to verify. Ooh, and the Void. These were not a thing as well. What can we potentially get? Well, I know this is part of what I want. Thorn Charm. Tainted Bandage. Yeah, Thorn Charm is definitely part of the set that we want. Gonna pick that up, which gives us our Sturdy, so even more physical, which is perfect for both our special attack damage and our base damage here. So what a pickup. All right. So we know our enchant's there, but we're going to wait because I know that once we defeat this mini-boss here, we're going to get a dropped item, and then also we may get an extra level here. So potential for 2 pickups here, which is why now I would rather wait to go for that enchant because you never know what we may pick up. And it may be more beneficial than new items here. So let's see. Okay, repose, counter, perform a short range, melee attack forward when blocking. Okay. There's also Thorn Bush here, which not so bad. I think just to pick up the Sturdy, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Get the Sturdy going here. And then now we have our extra. We could bring a companion with us, which honestly, I don't mind. It's Ember, plus now we have an extra target. So that's, for me, just means a bit more defense. So I don't plan on going full companion, but at least it does help us with our Ember set. Now that being said, what do we put in enchant? I could increase my physical attack damage. We're not going to get any more attack speed from Warrior Seal. I don't really need crit for this, so I could actually increase my Golden Needle and then maybe just the attack here. But I'm feeling going all in on my Warrior Seal, so that's what I'm going to choose here. Okay. Now here's the question. What boss do we face? Okay, so it's not the Mole Chief, who is who is unfortunately who I fell to in my very first run with, I think I had 6 HP. And I actually have to say, I was pretty proud. But no, we're facing Odner here. Let's do it. See? And now you can see why I was okay with choosing the Jelly. It's already acting as a huge taunt for me, which is big. We already have Honor to half health, and he hasn't even tried to attack me directly yet. Burn is a huge payoff here. All right, so we do, from what I've seen from here, that was perfect. So I think even for my very first run and try, even though a lot of these items have changed, a lot of stuff has been updated, I think I was actually onto something. Maybe that's why Sephiria became my calling. Ooh. Wow, these are all so good. A Grimoire's cat. No, we've got to go for Ball of Red Yarn. I mean, Ball of Red Yarn is just too good to not pick up. Yes. And I'm actually going to swamp that with Repose because I'm not blocking as much at the moment. Ooh, Binary Star is one of my favorites. Future, though, is so good. But I think Binary is the way to go. And what I'm going to do is swamp these. And then, trying to think of potential here. I guess I can actually grab the Jelly here and give it a little bit of a buff. There we go. I like that. Okay. Well, the good news is we definitely went further than we went on our very first run, which I was hopeful for. With the hundreds of hours now that I've put into the game. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now here comes the true test, because now it's all just of what would be best for this build and what would move forward. I mean, burn is definitely a factor, and now I know how to check my stats and my damage, so, I mean, burn is here. So you can see what our flower is doing for us, 1,000 in burn. But our normal and special attack, the special I'm definitely going to try to get more of, so maybe we want something that's going to help out with our MP, right? I could also go luck and acquire some dice, which actually I don't mind at all. We could also boost our physical here, but I do like having the 10 dice so we can have a bit more rerolls. So we can go Gambler on this one. I do like that. I do like that a lot. That gives us more options for our first run build here. White Planet. Wow. Another Golden Needle is not bad, I would say. Yeah, Golden Needle is just very good overall. Question is, do I have anything currently? I have Riposte and okay, so what I could do is this then, and then I could just swap these two So I do get another Ember. This is actually, besides Windsong, this is actually looking like what I did in my very first run. I had more Ember than anything else. But we do need some Windsong so we can take advantage of attack speed with the second upgrade that I'm looking to get here for my weapon. Okay, so here we go. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do that and see. Now, we're going to have a couple options here. So we have Grip of Fear, which has changed, which is amazing. And then a weapon I've never used before, Guardian's Return. But for this one, I have another build, and more importantly, a character in mind. For those of you who know now, I create background and lore characters for my builds. So I have one in mind for this, so I think I'm going to go for Grip of Fear, especially because that's what I think I would have gone if this was a thing back then. Gain 1 stack of Rising Dread every 3 seconds. So my special attack cleave damage increases by 30% and its range increases by 200%. Huge. And the rate increases in proportion to attack speed, which is why I want Windsong. And, I mean, it looks really cool, right? Look at this. Yes. And I have done cleave builds in the past, so I think this actually would have been a huge thing for me. So this is going to be more of a patient style build. I mean, the longer I wait, the more stacks I get, and the more insane my special attack will be here. So I think this is actually a pretty good build phase here. So yeah, I definitely think I was onto something back then. We just need to get some more MP, and I do feel comfortable with my normal attack as well while we build and wait, but I want my regen to be really good, and I want to have enough MP so that way I could try to spam my cleave for special attack. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on. So try to focus on Windsong, probably pull away from Ember. I think burn-wise we're good. Again, it's not the forefront of this build. It's just because I picked it, I want to go something a little flashy. Alright, we could face the Elite to potentially get something good. I definitely know inventory is going to be huge for us here, so that would be a good one. As much as I want Tablet, I can skip on Dice because we picked the Gambler one, right? And we don't really need gold, so I think those are my choices. So what I'm going to do actually is, let's go ahead and do the Elite enemy first. Gain that experience. Okay, 2 actually very good. And Charm is so good, but this immediately increases both normal and let's see. I don't need crit, so I'm going to lose +2 physical if I remove this, but then I get a 10% advantage here, so I wonder if that's the better play. +2. Yeah, the crit doesn't really matter, so I lose +2 physical. Let's see if the percentage is higher. Well, I mean, that looked good to me. And again, the burn definitely taking effect there, along with my little jellyfish here. So, still doing very well. Wow. I do want Shield Training Manual, but another Golden Needle would be so interesting. Currently, it would be on Riposte, though, if I do it, but there are some heavy hitters that'll come later. I think I'm just going to go for Shield Training Manual. Yeah, and then see what comes of that. All right, another hidden location, which is experience, which at this point is the best that I could get. All right, and I do like that the item, the weapon here, lets you know when you're fully charged with that Gripping Fear stack. All right, let's see if there's anything well worth here. I mean, Ballast Song, even though we're not going precision, is a very good item for any melee build because it just does extra damage dealt to enemies within that tile. And I believe Ballast Song can be increased by Golden Needle. Unfortunately, we don't have enough for that, so we're going to go ahead and pass. All right. We don't have anything in Jar that I would trade. No, nothing in Jar that I would trade, and we're too low to even look at the... Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and face this Elite here and see what we get. Let the burn take over here. Burn may finish it off. There we go. Okay. I'm going for Charm. I skipped on Charm in the last one, and this increases my Sturdy here. So we definitely want to see if I can get some Windsong. Windsong now is only important just to increase how fast these stacks go up for us. So we want a little bit of Windsong. The good news is we have Swiftness in our talents, so we have good enough attack speed on our base of what we have. But right now, I feel like in order to use the full potential of this build as we get stronger, is going to be to increase Sturdy and then to get possibly some Lake here. So that way we can spam this Cleave and get our special attack to a huge advantage. And we don't have to see that ugly low MP gray font. Hopefully ever again. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Windsong. I mean, we did say we want Windsong, but that's definitely not the one I want. Yeah, not that one either. I could go Lake. I actually like this because we talked about this, and this will allow us to get some steel as well. Flaming Eye Patch is actually very good. Yeah, because not only does it increase our crit for our fire, but it also will increase attack speed. So I actually don't mind picking this up, but I wonder if I should skip it and try to see if I can get another Lake. Although, remember, Lake has a 3 combo to get to the first level. Majority of these combos, as you can see, have an even number. But for Lake, it's odd. So it's 3, 6, 9 in order to get to its next area. So I've got some, so I'm going to re-roll a little bit here, just see what I find. Entrance is interesting, actually. Because with Entrance, I could increase this instead. And then I can place this elsewhere. That could be interesting. And I can increase my fire if I wanted to, but I think Entrance is actually a really good pickup here. So what I'm thinking of doing is something like this, and then increase special attack. But I probably want to move this over 1. So I wonder if I should just move this all over just one set here. Or is that too complex? That might be too complex. So I think I'm just better off just moving this then. Yes. So now we get the bonus here if I move this, right? Yeah, there we go. And now I just move this over. Perfect. And I suppose since I want more MP steel than anything else, we could do that. Okay. So these two currently are my 0 stats. We'll see if we can get more. But I like where this is going. Increase our inventory. Now this one does have to be on the bottom. So I am going to lose the special attack here, which is a bit of a bummer. But what I could do is swap it. So we could do something like this. And then now it still increases because this is technically still on this bottom row. So that way I still gain the effects of Silver Plate, which is pretty huge because we are using both normal and special at this point. All right, here we go. Second boss. I remember when I got so excited facing this boss for the first time. Felt like such a huge accomplishment. Just to get past the first area, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, burn taking effect, which is nice. That's what we want to see. Dodge in between. Wow, the Cleave just does so much damage. If we can get that MP up, we are going to be golden. Okay. Ooh. A chance to stun on this build would be interesting. And Curse, again, let's see. Is Burn still... Burn is still in the middle of the pack. Again, see now how our normal and special has gone up? That's why I want to focus on. Our special attack is going to be amazing if we can focus on Sturdy and some MP. So I don't think we need too much Ember anymore. I think we're actually fine with Ember. So that being said, we could do Lake. Ooh, that's such a sad lake to pick up. So I think I actually may do Banner here, which would be quite interesting. Because remember, with our weapon, right, stat gain rate increases in proportion to attack speed. So if we increase our attack speed, Banner will be interesting, to say the least. Worst case, we sell it. Now, can we get Shade? Yes, we can. Okay. So, hopefully we can find a combine. So my thought process is we end up losing a little bit here, but if I can do Foundation here on the bottom, we get so much more value. But I need to combine these first, so I'll currently just hide Shade until I can get a combo tablet here. Heal up a little bit. All right, I really like where this is going. Just seeing the damage on the boss for the special attack lets me know that what I need to focus on and what's working. Again, Burn was never going to be the front runner. It was just something flashy, and of course I chose it in my first ever run. So that's what we're going to go for. Flamebug could be interesting, though, as a finale for it, but we don't need another Golden Needle. Yeah, if anything, I would sell the Banner, because again, I don't know how well Banner is going to do, but I'm going to keep it to try to get Windsong here. Yeah, we want to try to get more Lake stuff if possible, but with 720 gold, we're not really too off. But let's actually see here. Curiosity. So we got our 10 stack here. Okay. So we can do a few swipes of the special attack before we end up losing everything. Enchant. I mean, Enchant does allow us to get quite a few of our items up, so I actually don't mind that. Sapphire is always good. Was never really a big thing before then, but now more than ever, it's pretty good. But we do need our inventory slot. And now remember, when that inventory goes, we'll either have to move this over yet again, or start to change where we can get silver plates to something else. But more inventory would be good. And then another enchant. So I actually do like the double enchant here. Could go triple if we decide not to get inventory. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Now, probably the Windsong item I'm going to want the most is Wind Sheet Music, because it does increase our melee range, right? And because we're already increasing our special attack range, that will help out this build tremendously, whether we're doing normal or special attack. Yeah, essentially with our special right now, we're just one-shotting enemies. But I do have to be cautious. They definitely still hurt. Ooh. I mean, Broken Root is exactly what we want here. The Star Ruby is nice too, just because of the total HP. I mean, some good options. Slim Cushion. Slim Cushion if we decided to go a little heavier, but we're definitely not. Just looking to see if there's any cracks in the walls. I don't currently see any. There's none down here, right? No. Yeah, even normal, I would say we're doing a decent amount of damage. Could be better. Wow, this is a large room just to have those few enemies. Actually surprised. Thought there would have been way more. Okay, here's our exit. Anything else? Physical? No apple juice. Which, honestly, could just drink that now. Let's get a little bit more healing on. Okay, there's our enchant. So we get an enchant too. Most beneficial is probably going to be the broken root, to be honest. Yeah, just to increase that MP like we mentioned. I mean, this is going to help out quite a bit. Okay. I mean, so we're using just about 20 MP every time. So we just got to ensure that that regen is going to be good for us too, especially during bosses. Regen is very important during bosses, more so than actually facing small minion enemies or even elites, because the fights are just longer. Okay, here we go. Okay, not bad. Exit. Always got to check the library up here. Sometimes, I've had a few times where there's a crack here or there's at least a hidden area. So, but again, the inventory areas are always so short. So in my mind, especially now after playing so much of the game, I already preemptively know, okay, this is going to be a very short run area. Okay, there is a shop here too, though. And we have 1,000. Mystic. I mean, spend a few sapphire. There's the dull bell again. I feel like curse would be too much to put in for there. But we could get sturdy from the key, but I don't know if key is worth spending the 750. Now, this is interesting because I actually did pick up the carrot. Okay, I got to remember about this. So before I forget, let me swap. Yeah, and then eventually I'm going to have to change this or get this up. I mean, this will get us our lake, but I did have this heart-shaped carrot in my run. So that is quite interesting. So we got lake, which is really good for us. Now the question is, do I want to increase? Okay, so we probably want to do this, right? There we go. Do I want to increase this over something else is the question. So I can get even more HP and MP. But it's actually quite crazy. We picked up the carrot. Oh, and Taz, which unfortunately we won't have enough. But Taz wasn't even a thing way back when. So it was not even a merchant. All right, let's see. So now the last one. Enchant is huge for us for both of these items. So I'm okay with enchant. And hopefully we get a triple this time. So we can have a few more to work with. We'll see. All right, we already said we're good with... Now, the question is this lake enough? I mean, that's crit chance and MP. We got the rerolls. Might as well utilize them. Another shield training I don't mind because it's just more damage. And this is easy to manage, but I feel like I need to try to go a little harder. And I'm glad I did. Now, okay... Palace Cars is pretty good. Our luck is at 7, and that's only due to the gambler. But I feel like the stairway is going to be huge for us. So I'm going to pick up stairway. Not only does that get us Windsong 2, which is plus 8% attack speed, but essentially every time we enter a new area, especially for bosses, we're going to have that immediate attack speed and move speed gain. Which means if I do find those specific items where that lowers our move speed, that will be beneficial for us. All right, let's see. I already feel so speedy. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm liking this. Upon a successful block, I haven't been blocking too much, but to be fair, I honestly probably should, especially when we start getting to the next stages and areas, because the wind sheet music. This is exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, increasing melee is so big for us here. I really want to increase combo this. The good news is I know starting in the Wastelands area, there is a combo. So I don't really have to choose a tablet pathway in order to get it. So that's good for us, at the very least. Another 2 enchant, which is very unfortunate, but I suppose it's better than none. And they took out where you would only get 1 enchant. So it's either 2 or more. All right, that being said, what is more important here? Getting more max MP or the blood for the MP steal? Maybe we could get 60. So that's an extra 40 MP, which I think is pretty big. So I think I'm actually going to go the route here. Yeah. Now, the thing is, for the stacks, obviously the more that we wait, so that's why it's going to be a patient game, right? So I think actually, maybe with our current stuff here, and just with our regen, I don't have to go lake anymore. I can start focusing more on damage for our special attack and then normal attack. We'll see how this goes. Ooh, and of course it's going to be the mad scientist. All right, before our stairway runs out, let's go ahead and skip the monologue. Go ahead and set our stuff here. Let's do this. Okay, 6 stacks. Okay, pretty good. Remember, the faster we have our attack speed, the more the stacks gain. So if anything, we want to try to get a little bit more attack speed if possible. Draw my banner just so I can get a little more attack speed here. There we go. All right, one more phase. We could do this. Come on, Jelly. I should have banner once more here. Should be able to get the fire up as well for burn. Beautiful. Love to see it. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely need more attack damage. So Sturdy is going to be front runner. I think we're okay with MP. That was a long boss fight, and I only saw the low MP once. So if anything, we could just focus a little bit on steal. But I think we're good otherwise. Ooh, true damage. That feels like a bait. This is such an amazing item, but I don't see... I mean, let's see. The highest that I could potentially get right now is 5 or even 7, which would give me true damage plus 4. Now, the stone spindle is very good for our build. Damage of abilities consuming MP. Even though I said I don't want any more lake, I wonder if I would substitute something then. I mean, our current lake items are very good. I mean, heart-shaped carrot, I would probably sack and then get the damage of abilities, because this is just plus 5. Whereas this would just help us increase to potentially plus 30% of our special attack damage, right? Ooh, all right. I'm going to pick that. It's a little greedy, I have to say, but at the same time, all right, let's see if we can get a really good... Ooh, double shade. Wow. But I can only use combined once. The double shade is pretty big, though. I could try to re-roll to get something like Oaths. Ooh, or just straight up Conviction. Now the question is, wow, we have so many choices. I could do Warrior Seal, which I think would probably be the best, just to get us that extra HP. Or damage, I should say, not HP. Why is this one heavy? Oh, because we already have 2 on this. Oh, okay. So then what I probably want to do maybe is something like this then. Move this out of the way. And then potentially get 2 on that one. I could do something like that instead. Okay. So there is potential to miss. So I think I actually... I mean, it's either this or I go 1 heavy on the melee range here. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I might just stick with the melee range. We'll find out if that's the right way to go or not. Versus the stairway, but because the benefit of the stairway is increasing the attack speed will make our stacks grow even faster. But again, the Wasteland does have a combo tablet here. And normally the way you would get a combo tablet is, before we actually do anything, if we found a tablet, which there is one there, you have the option when you choose it. So you can either get a new tablet or you can do the combine. But this is the only area, as of right now, posting this video, where it has one right next to the boss. So, or to the merchant at the beginning. So I'm actually going to combine Shade and this, right? So essentially this just saves us a space, right? So now these two combine into one, and now we get this bottom whole row here, which is fantastic. So now I have to kind of look and see what I want to do here. I mean, this is a little bit, this is obviously over. But now I can start to slowly gain a little extra from all this. Now, I could do the damage of abilities instead for the over. Instead of the melee range. And then I can also do the heart-shaped carrot here just to get even more NP and HP, which honestly wouldn't be bad either. So I'll have to see which is going to be more beneficial. I think right now the damage is where I need to focus most of my resources at. So Golden Needle of the North, Sturdy. I mean, I would say right now it's a little too late for Agma, but if we pick it up, I'm not going to say I'm going to turn it down. Yeah, just even the one stack of the Fear is pretty big. So it's right now the regen, which is the biggest thing. Waiting for the regen to come up for that. So, but attacking does give us that MP steal as well. So there may be potential for more regen, but we'll see. If that's the case, if it's too slow, I might end up switching the melee range into something else. So we want inventory just to finish that bottom row, which means we're going to end up losing our stack for the plate. But that's okay, because we have 2 more artifacts potentially. I don't think there's anything else to combine just yet. So I think we'll actually be in a pretty good spot. That being said, I could increase my damage here a little bit more. Physical damage, that would be +2. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right, inventory, here we go. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the plate after this. Now, I may be wrong, but I do believe when I did start the early access way back when, I believe Asgard, who is the Phantom version in this Wasteland area, was the essential final boss at the time, as they were building the story, the devs. So it will be quite interesting. I'm actually going to keep my apple juice. Yeah, just in case. You never know. Apple juice is really good during boss fights. And of course, there was no mini-boss, which is relatively new for this area. And I have to say, it is one of the tougher mini-bosses for sure. Okay, so we set artifacts so we can start to build, because we want to try to get that sturdy all the way up for damage. Yeah, essentially I want to see my special attack do insane amount of damage. So I do think, just based upon what I just saw there, it might be more beneficial for me to put more stacks into the lake item. It's her Glacier. Yeah, unfortunately, Glacier is not going to do much for us here. It would give us an extra sturdy. We do get an extra 16% chance as well. So, I mean, we could pick this up and see what potentially happens. Just to increase, when basic attack hits, deal an additional amount of damage, right? So just our base attack would go up. So now, unfortunately, this is where we lose this. So we are going to lose a percentage here, which is a bit unfortunate. But it does give us the opportunity to increase the damage of abilities. And then I guess I could just put these here below to start increasing. I mean, I could increase physical damage with this one, but I need at least 2 stars just to get to 2 physical. This is better for a crit build versus direct physical. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right now, the special is more of a finisher than anything else. With the burn kind of just picking up where our last bit of damage goes off. Oh, that'll never not get old. The enemies falling and the sound effect. Oh my goodness. Okay, a blank little space area. Okay, and of course our artifact here. Magitac, Lake. No. Definitely going to reroll on this one. Scale. I mean, this would potentially... Do we do a scale? I don't think I would have done this back then. But it is quite interesting because it does give us Ember 6, right? So Flame Touch cool effect. And it gives us the potential to activate the Frost Touch effect. Now, we don't have much ice damage, but there is a potential for the Frost Touch to go off. So I don't see how this is necessarily a terrible item to pick up. At this point, I'd like Lifesteal more than anything. Okay, we're still good on dice, so I'd rather this. And honestly, I'm really hoping for a bit of a higher end. Okay, so that is definitely the boss. So I'm going to drink a potion, and we're going to try to take advantage of getting this boss while we have the stairway up. Ooh, definitely needed that for sure. Uh-oh. Getting to the end here. Hang in there. Oh, okay. Well, we had to use our 1 life from our defense, but that's okay. Ooh. Well, we knew this boss was going to be a bit tough, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. Brilliance is amazing. Wow, that was rough, I have to say. I knew that was going to be a pretty tough. That let me know exponentially, though, that we need more damage. So anything that I can have that's going to assist me with damage is where I want to be. That's where that tells me. Okay. All right, so definitely the damage increase for this. This is a little heavy. Do I have another spot for 2? Okay. I don't feel like we need that higher end. Granted elemental if we do this. 6. Oh, 6 is... This is pretty heavy. Guess we don't need 6, huh? We can just leave this as a 5. And just trying to see what else we could potentially get up or what would be more beneficial. I mean, I'm thinking we need more physical. So that would be good there. Yeah, we just got to get the sturdy going here. Ooh. Yeah, losing our defensive here on the boss was a little sad. But at the same time, the way that we were going on this, kind of had a feeling that that may happen. Yeah, our damage is a little lacking on this. And that boss, unfortunately, is not in our favor with this style build. But that's okay. Ooh, actually, this helps a lot. But boy, do I love power. But this is a hard one to pass because we could fit this in multiple areas here for our benefit. So we could do... Could do something like this, potentially. I don't know if I don't want to waste a slot there, so maybe not. Yeah, because I can't rotate this one. So it actually may be more beneficial if I do it this way. Right? Because then I can actually bring silver plate here because this negates the effects of the lock. So it doesn't have to be in the bottom row, which is huge. That's a very good thing. But then we have all these single 1 slots, unfortunately. Would love to double these up if possible. Yeah, we have a bunch of 1s. I mean, one foundation would be huge for us, especially in this row, because then we can get the max for the stone spindle here. Yeah, we just really need some sturdy to get to that next level of physical as well. Let's see. Whoa. Begonia Sachet is very good. It's definitely lighter of the items, but you know what? I'll take it. It gives us the sturdy 8. And we are doing quite a bit of normal to try to gain up as well. Asgard is going to be a little tough, I would say. All right. We got this. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Asgard. The Phantom. Okay, we're definitely going to be facing a few tentacles here. We are not strong enough to take out Asgard, go through, but 1 freeze and below half health. I'll take it. All right. The dodge. Ooh, this brings back memories. First time ever encountering the tentacles was huge for us. Was an experience, to say the least. Go ahead and drink a potion here. Hang in there, little bunny. We got this. Yes. Asgard. I felt Asgard would be really good for us in this build. The demon spear that we faced, the mini boss, is definitely tougher just because of the weight of that fight. Oh my goodness. Pendulum is huge. Oh, I do like Lizard Blade, though, I have to say. Weapon damage with the... I mean, we do lose attack speed, but this is a fantastic item. We can't pass on this. That's too good. All right, let's see. Can we get... I mean, it's not Fountain, but that is pretty darn good. That is pretty good, I have to say. And I can swap this. A 3. We're not doing block or riposte. I probably should be doing more. Okay, we have 1 potion. Okay, here's hoping we can at least purchase 1. I don't know if there's anything currently I would sell. I feel like getting the 1 large would be good. And actually, yeah, let's go ahead and grab the 1 large. It's going to take up 1 inventory slot now because I have the juice. But I think that's okay. Wow, we're so close to getting another one, too. Is there something I currently have that I could sell, though? I'm not really utilizing. Wow, we're 1 away from Sturdy 10, which is big for us. That could potentially change everything. Weakest item is probably Thorn Charm right now. But I don't want to give that up because it's obviously sturdy. For lake items, I mean... I guess it would be the heart, but right now losing 10 on either is pretty rough. So I think we're just going to roll with this and see what happens. Use apple juice when needed. Enchant is big because we can increase melee range, attack, the damage here, so that's big. MP steal is big for us. So I do like enchant. More health could be good, especially knowing we have to face 3 bosses in a row here. Which, boy, can't I wait for them to change the chapters. 3 bosses in a row is pretty rough, I have to say. And then the last one, we don't have to combine any tablets. I don't need any more tablets. So, we could go either experience or the artifact there. Wish we had a little more enchant opportunity, but that's okay. We have to go with what the run gives us, right? All in all, what I will say is, for my very first run attempt, obviously I had no idea what I was doing. If I could look back now and know that this is what it could have potentially been, I mean, I've made other builds where I haven't gone this far, right? Especially with nothing to go off of them, so... Oh my goodness. You have to be cautious here. These enemies are pretty tough. I'm gonna drink this other potion while I'm here, though. I want to be cautious of the flowers. Those ones are pretty big for us to take out. All right, I want sturdy. I probably will roll until sturdy so we can get that 10. There we go. Weapon damage. I think that's pretty big. I know normal damage we can get up to 10% here without me losing HP. Boy, 12% weapon damage plus the amplification. I feel like that's pretty good, right? Yeah. I am going to lose some health here, but I think that's the gamble. All right, enchant. What do we want? We want more damage. So, normal attack damage. Normal attack damage here. This will give us physical +2. Weapon damage, we can go to +9. Oh, we are losing some health, though. Okay. And that's our last enchant. That's a bummer. So the only other way we can increase is by either moving items around. Yes. Or potentially getting... I mean, I do have a couple of slots, so I could get more tablets if the levels allow me to. So we'll go with I'll go with the max HP. I'll go a little defensive on this choice, and then the last one probably is going to be another artifact, but we'll see. Okay, we did get that hidden location, which is nice. Yeah, the normal does chunk. The problem is we're not able to eat through the enemies like we can with the special. So maybe for future on this type of build, attack speed would be the front runner just to get that. I mean, I could go shield training manual just to get it up even higher. I mean, where is our special attack right now? Yeah, the special attack is... I mean, I feel like that is the way to go. And we can maximize it because I do have quite a few one slots still available. So, although it's a common, it does stack. Yeah, probably wouldn't focus any elemental on this one either to go forward. I mean, the extra effects are nice, but they're not too crucial to where they're game-changing. I would say more than anything, they're disallowing me to build more of that damage in other slots, plus the wind song. But that's okay. The purpose of this build and this run was to see the potential of what I would have done for my very first run, now with the knowledge given, right? I have to say, not too shabby. For the original build lasting only about 5 minutes to the first boss, it's not so bad. Okay. Wow, if we do experience... Look how close we are to the bar. We do experience, we get another immediate. There is potential to get... I don't know if we can get a full bar, but there is potential to get 3 potential items here with 5 rerolls. That does sound like our best bet, and I like experience because in our Destiny inscription... Anytime you gain experience, it heals you. Attack speed of burn, no. Thorn bush. White eggshell. Wow, where was white eggshell? Now, actually, mini ballista is kind of interesting here. Actually, I think I'm going to swamp these two. Does this get the benefit of this or no? Damage amplification 10%. Whereas I get 35 from the jelly. I think I'd rather have the damage amplification from this. Ballista is interesting because it does give me another option if I think about it defensively. I love white eggshell, but we're getting so close to the end, that's not going to matter because that doesn't work against the bosses. So I think actually going mini ballista as a defensive move here is going to be my best bet. To at least reach the bosses, I would say. And now we got a little more damage here for our Eternal Winter from the Needle Boost, so I like that as well. Okay, I'm going to wait for my banner to come up. Yeah, this Eternal Winter is actually turning out to be a pretty good item for this. So maybe instead of Burn, Frost would be the way to go instead, huh? Yeah, that's what I want to see. The one special attack swipe to demolish the enemy. Pinwheel is very good, I have to say. I don't need Shadow, but that's pretty good. Because not only the attack speed, which is what we want, but we do get a little bit of evasion here, and we get our boost of the Windsong 4. Overall, that's an excellent item for us here. All right, we're halfway. So again, I don't think I'm going to get... If we get another level here, that would be excellent. It just gives us one more option to fill. Now, we will have a chance to get another item if we defeat Kraz. But let's worry about getting to the first boss here first. Oh, I should have been a little more patient on that last one. Do you want to drink this bigger potion? But I'm going to be greedy and just take the smaller one. I mean, we are right here. Oh, no. Anytime I get this close to experience, I mean, we're a bar and a half about. The only thing I think of is those times I chose the inventory. Because when you choose inventory slots, they are smaller areas, so you lose XP. We have one more slot to fill, though. But, okay. All right, this is it. Can we defeat these bosses? Let's find out. No frost touch. I was really hoping for at least one there. Okay, there we go. There's one. Evade came in, though. Saw the evade work for us. Oh, no, of course. No. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. There we go. Holy, that was scary. Oh, boy. All right. No potions. Ooh. Oh, I was really hoping they were going to spawn on our... Oh, goodness. Okay, Kraz. Can we do it? Kraz is going to be very difficult. Kraz is going to be all about patience. If we can wait, just go in for small attacks. Let our minions come back up. And our banner. Our banner is going to be pretty big for us here. Oh, of course he moved out of the way. Okay, good opportunity. Attack speed and damage here. We got the freeze. Okay, one freeze. No! I got too greedy and close. Oh, wow. Hey, I will take it. I will take it. I know for my very first build and run, I have to say, I think I had something pretty cool here. Something very different. Yeah, I think what I would change up now, of course, the point of the build was to try to go what I was going, right? So we know the burn wasn't as too effective. It was very good early on in stages, but knowing the beneficial of the sturdy and then the bond artifacts, which were not a thing way back when, if you do want to go an element for this, definitely I feel like Glacier would be the way to go. We needed a lot more attack speed, I feel, so that we could have gotten the stacks a little bit faster. And I do think the lake is a big point here. So I actually think I would start with a lake item and Wishing Fountain. And honestly, I may go full Wish Fountain instead of defense. I think so. I think that's what I would honestly go. But overall, very fun to revisit. If you want to check out my first ever run, it's my first video on the playlist for Sephiria. You can check it out. Early access impressions. It was actually really cool to look back, and it just reminded me of not just how many hours I've spent in this game, but the journey of this game and how beautiful it is and how it's evolved since then, right? From the characters to the weapons to the story. And just for me, how I fell in love with this game and still love this game and still try to keep it fresh, even though the devs are still taking their time, which I love, to get our next chapter and hopefully 1.0. I'm still going to do my very best to create whatever I can, however I can for this game. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the game, the gameplay. And of course, if you'd like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Love to see you join, especially if you're enjoying the content. And a big shout out to all my current subscribers that constantly come and like and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you. Until next time, everyone, take care.